We can go across to France 24. Charles Pellegrin standing by in Hong Kong for us. Charles, very simply, what's the atmosphere like?
Well, it was a strange atmosphere in a way because there was one of celebration of seeing so many people in the streets making their calls for more democracy in Hong Kong, which was a very hopeful thing that happens. But there was also a sense of resignation here. Speaking to a lot of demonstrators, protesters here in Hong Kong, there was a sense that they will make these demands about democratic reform, about the about this extradition bill being completely scrapped, and about about freeing political prisoners, but they don't really see this government changing course or caving into their demands either. So it's a strange discrepancy between the activism and the resignation that things will most likely not change. In addition, also a thing worth noting is that all the protesters were wearing black to mourn the death of two young activists who killed themselves to raise awareness about the extradition bill.
Charles, you mentioned there that the protesters you've been speaking with don't have the feeling that things are going to change. How do they plan on keeping up the pressure?
Well, I think that a few of them, the more radical fringe, for example, those hardline protesters who tried to break into the Hong Kong Legislative Council, will continue their activism and will continue to maintain pressure and will continue to try and draw the attention of the world's media on what's happening in Hong Kong, basically trying to play the card of the fact that Hong Kong is a symbol of democracy within the region where China and its one-party rule seems to be the norm. So really, this is the line of action that's being followed. But it's also worth noting that there were fewer protesters today than there were at the previous protests in June, where at one of them about 2 million people attended. And this means that once the bill was suspended, they lost a lot of momentum.
Charles, thank you very much for the update. Charles Pellegrin reporting there for us from Hong Kong.